we were discussing about JDBC, right? So Java Database Connectivity, where we discussed what is JDBC, and also we discussed what is the process of JDBC will be happening, right? The JDBC process we discussed. Next, what are the types of the drivers we are having in a JDBC, right? So we discussed there are four types of the drivers we are having. Type 1 JDBC to ODBC driver, type 2 Java or native code driver, type 3 JDBC driver, type 4 JDBC driver, right? And also we discussed in detail about what is the functionality of. Next, I hope we also discussed this JDBC process, right? JDBC process. So this is the total process which happens when we are integrating with the JDBC. Means whenever my Java application needs to interact with my JDBC, and then this is the process we should follow. First thing, we should load the driver. Next, establish the connection to the DBMS, that is database. Create and execute a statement. Next, process the results which are written by the database. So once the task is completed, we can close the connection with the database by terminating the connection, right? So this is what we should follow when my application needs to interact with the database. Now we'll see one by one in detail about how to load the drivers, how to establish the connection, and how to create a statement object, how to obtain the result set, and next how to close the connection to the database. Okay, we'll see one by one in detail, right? So first one is loading the driver. So this is the first step we should follow in the JDBC process, loading the JDBC drivers, right? So it must be loaded before the J2EE component can connect to the DBMS, right? And the J2EE component means is Java application which we are writing. Okay, we are Java application which we are writing. I hope you remember the concept where we are using the JSP concepts, where we are using the servlet, and where the JDBC. You can remember the diagram which I explained in the previous class, right? Okay, J2EE component. So here the J2EE component means, so it is a servlet, right? Servlet is the Java application which interacts with the database, right? So to load the drivers, we will use the method called as class dot for name. We will use, okay, class dot for name. So here we will give the URL of the here we will give the URL of the drivers where exactly these drivers are stored. Okay, just observe class dot for name method is used to load the drivers. So okay, so if a developer wants to work offline and write J2EE component that interacts with the database, then he must write a routine that loads the JDBC ODBC bridge driver. It is called as sun.jdbc.odbc.jb JDB CODBC driver. Okay, just observe here. Okay, just observe here. Here we just observe here class dot for name is a method which is used to load the drivers, and here we are giving the URL of drivers. Okay, URL of the drivers, right? So next, once the drivers has been loaded, then we should establish the connection to the database. We should establish the connection to the database. For that, we will use this driver manager dot get connection. You just observe in driver manager, D is capital letter and M is capital letter. Similarly, get connection, here C is uppercase, right? So driver manager dot get connection method is used to establish the connection uh, from the Java application to the database. Okay, next, so here we will pass the URL of the database. So here we will pass the URL of the database. Okay, we just observe here. I hope you can just observe here, right? So this is you just observe here. I hope it is clear now. Here we are having, so this is to load the drivers, right? This is to load the drivers. So first step, we should load the drivers, then establish the connection, right? To load drivers, we will use class dot for name, and here we are giving the URL of the drivers, right? Here we are giving the URL of the drivers. Next, driver manager dot get connection method we are using, and here we are passing the URL, user ID of the database, Okay, so when you are creating the database, you will give user ID, right? Similarly, password of your database, right? Password of your, when you are installing your, suppose if you are installing your MySQL, you'll give some user ID and the password. For example, let us take, we are giving root and root 123. Okay, during installation we will give this one, so that you should supply here. Okay, that you should supply here. So driver manager dot get connection method is used to establish the connection from Java application to the database. Okay, and this should be surrounded by the try and the catch blocks. These should be surrounded by try and the catch block, because if something goes wrong when establishing the connection, or when it tries to load the drivers, then it should not abnormally terminate the execution of the program. So for that we are providing the exception handling mechanism by using the try and the catch blocks. Okay, so you just see here. So just we are declaring here whatever we are passing here. URL we are declaring here for URL, and user ID we are giving, password we are giving, right? Password we are giving, and this we will see later. Creating of statement object. Okay, connection object we are creating DB. Okay, connection object we are creating DB. Whatever you want, you can take this one. Okay, suppose if I take connection, CON is equals to driver manager dot get connection. Also here you are passing the URL, user ID and the password. Okay, what is this URL? It is defined here, and user ID is defined here, password is defined here. Okay, your database user ID and the database password. Kindly remember, it is your database user ID and database password. Okay, so to establish the connection, we need that credentials, right? To establish that, we need that credentials. Okay, so this is how we can load the drivers by using class.forName method, and driver manager dot get connection method is used to establish the connection with the specified URL, and for that we are supplying the username, user ID and the password of the database. Okay, two steps finished. First one, load the drivers. Second one, establish the connection or create a connection to the database. Now once the database connection is established, what is the third step? Third step, we should create and execute. We should create and execute the statement. Usually your database will understand these SQL type of statements, right? Database will understand SQL types of statements, etc. So after the JDBC driver is loaded and the connection is successfully made, right, with any type of database, then our task is, from the application we should execute the query, right? We should execute the query. So before executing, we should create a statement object. I hope you remember the diagram which I explained in the previous class. One vehicle we will arrange to carry the SQL query from my Java application to the database, again bringing the result set back to my application. I hope you remember the vehicle, right? I told that vehicle itself is a statement object, right? That vehicle itself is a statement object. Now we loaded the drivers, and we established the connection. Next our task is to create and execute a SQL statements. Okay. Now to create and execute SQL, to create a statement, to create the statement object, we are using connect dot create statement object. We are using. Okay. Okay. Connect dot create. This connection is the object we have taken. For example, here we have taken CON or DB. So here we can use DB dot create statement, like that. Or if you are creating corner, then you can use a con dot create statement. Or if you are using DB, then you can use DB dot create statement. Okay. But here this create statement is used. This method is used to create a statement object. Okay. This method is used to create a statement object. Okay. Next line you just observe the statement object. Okay. The statement object is then used to execute the queries and return the result set object that contains the response from the database. I hope you already remember this one. What is the task of a statement object, and what is the task of the result set, and where who will create this result set, and who will create a statement object, right? So this I hope you remember. Okay, just observe here. Just observe here. Our task is to create. Our task is to create and execute a SQL statement, right? Our task is to create a SQL statement. You just observe here. So here, one result set, we are naming it as a result. So this is the box where this results of the DBMS will be placed inside this box. That is what result set. And here statement, we are creating it as data request. Okay, statement, we are creating it as data request. Okay, you just observe here. So to create a statement object, we are using create statement. We are using create statement method, and here that connection object, whichever is created, that we are using here. Okay, suppose if we are using connection object as CON or DB, whatever it means, so that you can use here, right? That you can use here. And now what is this data request? It is a statement object. It is a statement object, okay, which is used to carry the SQL query to the database, execute, and the results will be placed in that, get back the results, right? So now the query is select star from customers. Okay, select star from the customers. So this is the query. This query is stored inside one variable called as query. Now our task is to execute that one. So we can use this result set. So we can use this statement object. We can use this statement object which we have created. Dot dot execute query method we are using, and the query is this one. Right now it will carry. Now what is this data request? It is a statement object. Right? It is a statement object. So it is used to carry our SQL query, and it goes to the DBMS. There the DBMS will execute this query, and the results will be results will carry this one. So those results we are storing inside a variable called as results. Okay, inside a variable called as results. Okay. Now once the execution is finished, we are just closing the connection to the database. We are just closing the connection to the database. See, first one, loading of drivers is finished. Second one, establishing of connection. Established connection is finished. Third one, create and execute. Create and execute. Statement object is finished. Fourth is pending. That is process the results which are coming from the result set. Fifth one is finished. Close the connection. Right. So connection object dot close we will use. Okay. Connection object dot we will use connection object. Kindly remember, whatever the object we have created here in the step of establishing the connection, the same object we will use here. Okay, suppose there if you are creating, if you con, then here we can use con dot close. That is connection object we are having. Okay, now so this is what is the fourth statement. Fourth statement is process the results. Process the results which are written by the DBMS. That will be there inside the result set. Right? That will be there inside the result set. Now you just observe. Okay, the java.sql.result set object is assigned the results received from the database after the SQL query is processed. Okay, now this java.sql.result set object consists of methods used to interact with the data that is returned by the DBMS to the J2EE component. Kindly, so my request is, so in the previous class we discussed this one. So we are at Bangalore, right? So we need translator, and we need road where we will go to some other place, some XYZ place where we will get 1 kg of gold for 1 rupee. Right? So how to establish? I don't know the language of this one. I don't know the language that XYZ people don't know the language of Bangalore, right? So we need one translator. So that itself we will call it as drivers, right? Drivers in DBMS. Next, this road we called it as connection, right? This we called it as connection, and the vehicle which carries our request from my application to the database and carries the results back from database to the carries results back from database to my application. So this we will call it as statement object. Statement object. And once the query is executed, the results will be placed in one box, and that box will be placed inside the statement object. This box we will call it as result set. Right? This is what we discussed in the previous class. Yes or no? So I hope you remember this diagram. You recalled this one, right? So now what will be there inside the result set? After executing the SQL query, whatever the results we are getting out of that query that are placed inside this result set, and this box is placed inside the statement object, which is responsible to carry the results from the database to the Java application, right? So this is Java application, right? This is Java application. Yes or no? Right? And now you just observe here. So this result set is having some methods which are used to process the data, which are used to interact the data, which is written by the DBMS to the J2EE component. This is J2EE component. Okay, Java application is nothing but a J2EE component. Okay, this result set is having some set of methods. Okay, it is having some set of methods which are used to interact with the data written by the DBMS to the Java application. Okay, now what is that? What are those methods? So just to see, one is next method we are having, other one is get string method we are having. These two are the methods which are having inside the result set object, which are having inside the result set object. Okay, now we will see one example. We will see one example how to retrieve the data from the result set. How to retrieve the data from the result set. You just observe here. You just observe here. So we are having one result set. Results is there. That is the box name is results. Okay, the box name is results we are having, and we are creating one string variable f name. Similarly, string variable l name, that is last name. One string variable print row. Okay. Next, we are creating one boolean variable records. Okay, and that we are using to fetch the results. Okay, what is this results? Results is the box, right? Results is the box. Dot next method is used to extract the next value. Okay, which is used to extract the next value. So initially it is empty, and then first time when we execute this results dot next, it will extract the first value from this result set. Next time next value will be extracted. Next time next value will be extracted. Okay. Now first when we are executing this, next we are checking if not records, means if this result sheet is empty, then we are returning no data inside the result set. So no data returned. Okay. Else, so we are continuously reading. You just see. Else we should read the continuously the data which is there inside the results. Okay, continuously we should read the data which is there inside the results. So first name we are reading, get string of first name we are reading, and we are placing inside the variable first name. And similarly we are getting the value of last name, and that we are placing inside last name. Last uh, print row we are printing as a first name plus last name, we are combining. Okay, so this procedure we are repeating until results are found. Okay, until we get, you just see. So results dot next, each time this while loop is executed, so one next values are keep on extracting. Okay, next values are keep on extracting from the result set. Okay, this is how we can read the data which is returned by your database application from the by executing the SQL query. We can retrieve the data in the Java application. Okay, so always as I told in the previous class, so if you remember this one, then it will be very easy for you. Okay, so we are having one Java application, and drivers are loaded, connection is established. Once the connection is established, then we will create and execute the SQL query. Once the SQL query is executed at this database, okay, once the SQL query is executed at this database, then the results are placed inside this box. That box we will call it as a result set. And once this reaches this side, again this side we should write some code which will read that data. Okay, which will read that data and processes that one. So that is what we are doing in this example. Okay, first time we are checking if no records are there, then we are printing it is empty, means no data is returned. Else we are continuously reading the data from the result set object. Okay, by using the method called as next. Okay, by using the method called as next. Okay. So next, finally, what we can do? Finally, we can, once our task is completed, then we can terminate the connection to the database. So that is done by using the close method. That is done by using the close method. You can just see connection object. So this DB is the connection object. Okay, connection object, right? Connection object dot close method is used to close the connection to the DBMS. Okay, connection object dot close, connection object dot close method. Okay, these are the 5 steps we should follow. Always remember the JDBC process. JDBC process. First, load drivers. Right. First, load drivers. Second one, establish connection. Establish connection or create a connection to the DB database. Third one, create and execute. Create and execute statements. Statement object, that is SQL statements object, obviously. So once the SQL query is executed, the data will be placed inside the result set, and the results will come back from database to the our application now. So read and process. Okay, process the results means process the results. Finally, close the connection. Close the connection, right? So this is the 5 steps we will follow in a JDBC process. Okay. So to load the drivers, we will use class dot for name. So for establishing the connection, we will use driver manager dot get connection method. We will use to create and execute statement object. We can create a statement by create statement method, and we can execute by SQL dot execute like that. Okay, statement object dot execute of query we are passing. Next, result set will be reached from connection object dot close method. Right. So always remember, whatever we are going to create a connection, the same object we can use. That is the same object we will use to close the connection. Right. So this is what the JDBC process we are having. Okay, and and it is one of the very important question we are having. The complete JDBC process, the complete things what we can interact with the JDBC. All those are within these 5 steps only. Okay, is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So next topic we are having statement objects. Okay. So next topic we are having statement objects. Statement object, right? So statement object means, you remember here. What is the statement object? This one, this vehicle, which carries our SQL query from Java application to the database, and again carries the results back from database to the Java application. Okay. So this object we will call it as statement object. Okay. Now we'll see what is the statement object and how many types of statement objects are there. Okay. How to create a statement object. Okay. So just observe here. Just to see, the statement object is used to execute a query. Okay. This statement object is used to execute the query. Okay. So there are 3 types of statement objects are there. There are three types of statement objects are there. First one, statement, statement. Second one, prepared statement. Third one, callable statement. Okay, these are the three different types of statement objects which are used to execute the query. Kindly remember, we are having three types of statement objects. We are having three types of statement objects. Okay, first one, statement. Second one, prepared statement. Third one, callable statement. Okay, so this first one, statement, this will execute a query immediately. Okay, this will execute the query immediately, whereas the second one executes a compiled query. Executes a compiled query means once Java application which you are writing, once it is compiled, then it is going to execute the query. Okay, it executes the compiled query, whereas the third one, callable statement, it is used to execute the stored procedures. Okay, it is used to execute a stored procedure. Already one procedure is written. Okay, already one procedure is written multiple times. If I need to execute a same set of SQL statements. Okay, multiple times if I need to execute same set of SQL statements, then I will write those statements and as a procedure. Okay, I will write those set of statements as a procedure. Later I can call that procedure whenever it is required. To execute such type of procedures, we can use this callable statement objects. Okay, we can use this callable statement as objects. I hope you already studied what is procedure and how to write a procedures in DBMS subject. Okay, so always remember, we are having three types of statement objects. One is statement, so it executes a SQL query immediately. Prepared statement is there, which executes a compiled query, whereas callable statement is there, which is used to execute a stored procedures, which is used to execute stored procedures. Okay, I hope my screen is visible for you. uh, I will change the visibility of this one. I will change. Okay, I will change the is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just observe here. Just observe here. I am creating one URL for the drivers. Okay, so here one URL is there, DB URL for the drivers. Okay, and this local host is where I need to execute. Okay, so I'm using JDBC colon MySQL localhost, and 3306 is the port number, and user DB is my database. Okay, user DB is my database. You can create your database. I hope you already studied how to create a database and how to create a tables, how to write SQL queries and all, right? So here, next, I'm creating one variable called as a database uname. Okay, and I gave it as a root while installing. Next, database password as a root123. Okay, root123. Next, drivers are com.mysql.cj, whatever it is. Okay, this is the URL where the drivers are present. Okay, now first thing, as I told, first load the drivers. Right, first load the drivers. We just observe the first thing what is happening here. Say I'm using one method, load driver. Okay, I'm using one method to load the drivers, where I'm using this class dot for name. Okay, instead of giving this db driver, this complete thing here, I created one variable db driver, and that I am passing as argument this argument for this class dot for name. Okay, class dot for name method. This is used to load the drivers. Okay, this is used to load the drivers. Okay, as I told, we will embed that, or we will surround that by using a try and catch block. Okay, next, once the drivers are loaded, then we can go with establishing the connection. Right? Okay, establishing the connection. Just observe here, initially the connection is null. So connection, and this is what I am using, connection object. I'm using. So just observe here, connection object is equals to driver manager dot get connection of a database URL we are providing, and database username and database password, which are defined here. Database URL, database username, and database password. Okay. So for this particular database, I'm establishing the connection. Okay, by using driver manager dot get connection method. Okay. So by using driver manager dot get connection method. Okay, you can just observe here driver manager dot get connection method I am using to establish the connection to the database. Again, we are surrounding with the try and catch block. So if it is successful, then it will return the connection object CON. Now drivers has been loaded. Class dot name method is used to load the drivers. Driver manager dot get connection method is used to establish the connection. Next is create and execute query. Create and execute a query. You can just see here. Okay, you can just see here. The query is this one. Okay, the query is this one. I hope already you know what is the meaning of this one, right? So SQL query is this. Then we are creating one connection object as con dot one prepared statement we are creating, and we are executing the query. Okay, we are executing the query, right? So once assume that the task is completed. So finally we should close the connection, right? That we should close the connection. So for that here you can just give con dot close. Okay, so here once it is finished, here you can just give con dot close method. So why con? Con is a connection object which we have created. Okay, con is a connection object which we have created. Okay, so this is how the JDBC process is processed. Okay, so I just wanted to show you in the code how how we will write that inside the code. Okay, now next we were discussing about the connection objects, right? We discussed there are three types of connection objects are there: statement object, prepared statement, and the callable statement, right? So statement object executes the query immediately. Prepared statement executes the compiled version of a query, and callable statement is used to execute the stored procedures. Means the procedure means the group of SQL statements which are already written and which are stored, right? First one you can just see here the statement. Okay, first one the statement. Okay, it is used whenever a J2EE component needs to execute a query without first having the query compiled. You just see without having the query first it needs to be compiled. In that cases we can use a simple statement object. So for that we can use execute query method. Okay, we can use execute query method. So this will return one result set object. Okay, so this contains rows and columns and the metadata will be there. So this also contains methods that are used to manipulate the data which is there inside the result set. Okay, kindly remember. So execute a query method which is there inside the statement object, which is there inside the statement object. Once it is executed, I told already that the database will store the results into the box. So that box is result set, right? So that is what it returns one result set. Once the query is executed, it returns one result set which contains the rows and columns and the method. It means the actual data which we expected from the query. So that will be stored inside the result set. Okay, this also contains some methods that are used to manipulate the data which is there inside the result set. Okay, so this is first one. Next, similarly, if we use execute, also we can use. Okay, so execute also we can use. So it is used when there may be a multiple results returned. Okay, when there may be a multiple results are returned. Next, similarly, we can use execute update method. Okay, if our query contains any update and delete SQL statements, okay, which will change the values in a row or removes a row separately, then we can use update. Already I hope you executed in a database subject. Okay, so execute query method is used, or you can use execute, or you can use execute update based on the query which you are creating. Okay, based on the query which you are creating. If there is any modifications, if there is any update statements are there, then you can go with the execute update method. Else, if multiple results are returned, if multiple results are required, then you can go with the simply execute statement, or we can go with execute query method. Okay, you just observe here. You just observe here. So the query we are having, select star from customers. Customers is a table name. Table we are having inside the database, right? Select the star from customers. So we are creating one statement, DB, right? So DB is a connection object. We are creating a statement, and that we are making it as a data request, right? Next, we are using this statement object to execute the query. Query. What is this query? Select star from customers, right? Once it is executed, results are placed inside this results. And next, finally, we are closing the connection. Okay. Finally, we are closing the connection with the database. Okay. So like this, you can just see execute query method is used here. Execute query method is used. Okay. So similarly, you can just see. Similarly, you can just see the query is update customers are set paid is equals to y where balance is equals to 0. Okay, this is update statement, right? This is update statement we are having in SQL, right? This is update statement we are having. So for that we are using the method called as execute update, and remaining thing is same. Remaining thing is same. So whereas here we are using execute update, and the query is this one. Query is this one. Okay, it will execute that, and the results are stored inside this variable rows updated. Okay, later we can read this and we can process. Okay, this is first type. Second type of statement object we are having prepared statement object, right? Prepared statement object. Okay, so an SQL query can be compiled before only, then we can execute that by using this prepared statement object. Okay, okay, we can use the question mark as a placeholder for a value that is inserted into the query after the query is compiled. So just observe here. I just somewhere here. You just observe here. You just observe here. So it is prepared statement. It is prepared statement. You just observe here. Connection object dot prepare statement we are creating. Then we are whenever we execute this, next we are executing ps dot set string of 1 as we are reading some get name from the form. Similarly, ps dot set string of 2. So the second placeholder will be set by this value what we are reading here. Similarly, like this. Okay. So this is what prepared statement, right? So here a question mark is used as a placeholder for a value that is inserted into the query after the query has been compiled. Okay, it is a value that changes each time the query is executed. Each time we cannot give same value. Suppose multiple rows, if I need to insert into a table, then I can use that, right? You just see set xxx method is the prepared statement object which is used to replace the question mark with the value passed to the set xxx method, right? For example, so this method requires two parameters: an integer that identifies the position of the question mark placeholder. Second one, the value that replaces the question mark placeholder. Just observe. First one requires first parameter. Here, first parameter requires an integer. Second one, the value that replaces the question mark. Okay. What is the advantage of this prepared statement? The query is pre-compiled once, and the set x method is called as needed to change the specified values of the query without having to recompile a query. This is one advantage. Next one, pre-compiling is performed by the DBMS, and that we will call it as late binding. Okay, that we will call it as late binding. I hope you already studied. I hope you can just see here. You can just see here. Okay, you can just see here the prepared statement object. You just observe here. Select star from customers where customer number is equals to question mark. So we are not passing any value here. So whenever a statement is executed, then you can replace this question mark. Okay. So here we are passing two arguments for this set string method. One is the position and the second one is value of the question mark, right? So prepared statement is created by using prepared statement. This statement is equals to connection object dot prepared statement method we are using to create a prepared statement. Then we are setting the string 1 with 1, 2, 3. Next, this is executed query. Means after replacing this question mark with 1, 2, 3, then again this question mark will, this query will be executed. Okay. So when we multiple times when we are executing this, so multiple values we can give for this one. Okay. So this is what the advantage of the prepared statement we are having, right? Clear? Okay. So next we are having this callable statement that we will take up in the next class.